Families are expressing frustration with how a sexual assault investigation has been handled at Mark Morris High School in Longview after 2 students were arrested on campus Friday.
Well, dozens of parents at Monday's board meeting said they felt the school district was covering up allegations. Fox 12's Julia Lopez went to the high school and has more on where things stand with those allegations.
Longview police haven't released many details since the investigation involves minors, but students tell me they've known about the alleged assault for weeks. In the meeting, parents said that they or their children reported concerns long before any action was taken, and they're losing trust in the district.
If they have nothing to hide, they won't cover it up.
Gregory is an 11th grader taking classes at Mark Morris High School in Longview. Like most of the school, he says he learned in early February of an alleged assault on campus by members of an athletic team, but no action was taken until last week, 10 days after students staged a walkout.
Because it kind of just makes me feel, I don't know, like more uncomfortable, especially knowing about it, because then I can know if I use like the bathrooms or anything, that could also be me.
His fears echo those of families across the district. On Thursday, February 19th, 2 students were pulled out of class and arrested, charged with rape, unlawful imprisonment with sexual motivation, indecent liberties with forcible compulsion, and indecent exposure. At a board meeting on Monday, dozens of parents said that wasn't soon enough.
I am absolutely disgusted how the situation was handled.
Parents spoke to Longview School District Superintendent Karen Cloninger, saying she sent an email before the arrests calling the assault allegations false.
You said that this has been looked into, that it was unfounded, and it was all rumors. And this is what you told me. As we now are aware that that was not the case with the multiple victims and the coaches and the staff and principal and administration not coming forward when they should have, when they were alerted.
And at some point, that becomes a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to cover up the second-degree rape that happened in the school district property.
In the meeting, Cloninger called the allegations troubling and said the district is working with multiple third-party investigators to review athletic supervision and district practices.
Some families feel the district did not communicate enough or quickly enough. I understand the frustration. I take that feedback to heart, and I am committed to improving how we communicate during difficult moments while also protecting student privacy and following the law.
Now, we did get a response from Longview Public Schools saying in part, quote, school districts are legally required to protect student safety. This matter is also the subject of an active law enforcement investigation. For these reasons, we are unable to share additional information at this time.